Even though Liverpool came away with only a point, this result was far more significant than it appears on the surface. To understand how Liverpool exposed Arsenal, we first need to understand Arsenal's tactical identity and the risks that come with it. Arsenal under Mikel Arteta are built around a high-pressing, proactive system. They look to dominate territory by pressing high up the pitch, creating overloads in key areas and using constant rotations to destabilize opposition defenses. This is why Arteta values flexible players capable of interchanging positions and adapting to different game states. These rotations allow Arsenal to either drag defenders out of position or switch play quickly to the opposite side, often creating high-quality attacking situations. A key part of this system is Arsenal's aggressive defensive line. Their fullbacks, often Jurrien Timber and Ricardo Calafiori, regularly push high up the pitch, allowing Arsenal to defend with just 2-4 players in the last line. This approach enables Arsenal to maintain excellent rest defense, which is reflected in their defensive record, the best in the Premier League. However, this same aggression introduces a structural risk when central control is disrupted. What separates Arsenal from most teams is their adaptability. When their initial high press is bypassed, they are comfortable dropping into a compact 4-4-2 shape out of possession. This allows them to protect central spaces and, crucially, to draw opponents higher up the pitch before attacking the space in behind on the counter. We saw several moments of this approach against Liverpool, particularly in the first half. Liverpool, however, were clearly prepared for this. Let's take a closer look. Liverpool approached the game in a 4-2-3-1, but the formation itself was not the key detail. The idea was simple. Allow Arsenal controlled possession, remain compact, and look to attack them during moments of transition. In the first half especially, Liverpool often defended in a deep low block that at times resembled a 6-3-1, forcing Arsenal to play in front of them rather than through them. While Arsenal did create some promising moments, they struggled to consistently penetrate Liverpool's structure in central areas. This was not accidental. Liverpool were not simply waiting to counter, they were preparing to counterpress. As the game progressed, Arsenal attempted to apply a familiar tactic of their own, dropping deeper in order to draw Liverpool out and attack the space in behind. This is where the game began to tilt. Liverpool took the bait, but unlike most teams, they did so on their own terms. With Alexis Mac Allister and Dominic Szoboszlai operating as aggressive box-to-box midfielders, Liverpool were able to counter-press high up the pitch. This was supported by Ryan Gravenberch, who sat deeper and screened the spaces behind them, preventing Arsenal from finding clean transition opportunities. At the same time, Florian Wirtz frequently dropped into midfield, creating numerical superiority in central zones. In certain situations, one of Liverpool's fullbacks would step into midfield, further overloading central areas. This consistent central presence forced Arsenal deeper and limited their ability to progress the ball cleanly. Unlike teams that rely on long balls to bypass Arsenal's press, Liverpool's use of a false nine structure removed the need for a traditional target man. Instead, Liverpool maintained an endless supply of central options, allowing them to sustain pressure rather than reset possession. Jeremy Frimpong often became the extra man in advanced positions, arriving into space rather than occupying it early. While his hesitancy in final actions limited Liverpool's threat, the underlying structure consistently stretched Arsenal's defensive shape. With a more direct or prolific winger in those moments, Liverpool could have turned control into a decisive advantage. Arsenal did attempt to attack in transition, particularly through Leandro Trossard and Bukayo Saka, who preferred to operate in the half spaces and cut inside. However, Liverpool mirrored Arsenal's own rest defense principles, frequently keeping to 2-4 players deep. This effectively closed off the spaces Arsenal rely on, forcing Arteta to adjust. Arteta's response was to introduce more direct wide players in Gabriel Martinelli and Noni Madueke. aiming to create more isolation and vertical threat. While this added urgency, Liverpool had already succeeded in dictating the tactical rhythm of the game. In the end, Liverpool may have only taken a point, but tactically they revealed something important by overloading central areas, counterpressing aggressively, and matching Arsenal's rest defense. Liverpool showed a repeatable way to limit Arsenal's strengths not by outplaying them, but by denying them control where it matters most.